Congratulations, you made the sale. They said yes. It is now after the pitch meeting, and it's time to sign those documents, make everything official, schedule the onboarding meeting and things of that nature. So let's talk about those documents for just a minute, because I feel like people don't explain them enough. How are we going to protect ourselves as an agency owner? Before I get started, I want to just cover my own rump, right? This is not legal advice. I'm going to share with you how I handle it within my agency as examples. I'm not telling you what to do. I will share examples of what I have done with my agency in the past and what I'm currently doing with my agency now. I'm also going to be discussing what's the difference between signing an agreement with a customer and signing more like a terms and conditions or a subscription kind of an agreement with them. So these are different things, and they're going to be used in different ways within our agency. So it's important that as we are onboarding new customers that we understand these things. So always consult with a lawyer before making any kind of a legal agreement. It's binding, guys. Don't give that the authority that it deserves, because this is really important for you. So again, I'm going to share some examples, but these are not recommendations. These are just again to get you going. There are some great resources online if you are unable to speak with a lawyer directly. There are some great online lawyer options as well. So take advantage of the different resources that are out there and available. And let's go ahead and jump into this and share what I've done in the past and what I'm doing now and how they're similar but yet different. Importantly different. Okay, so in the past, I have been a full service marketing agency. When that went to me that I was providing a service similar to the BoomerangMe loyalty programs, similar to that. And then in addition to that, I was running maybe meta ads, running and managing social media. I've also created website designs. I've done a whole gamut of different things, right? And so my services were really curated to fit the need of each customer. In addition to that, I wanted to lock them in. I wanted to say this is a 1-year contract. I wanted to be able to say, have a little bit more control over, when they had to pay me and when they could end my service. And I needed to maybe outline, because my service was curated for each individual, outline what that service meant. What was I agreeing to do for the cost that I'm charging? And because that really covers the protection of my customers, but it protects me as well, because many times, if you don't outline it, they will assume that you're doing a lot more than you promised. And so, especially with social media management and things of that nature, all of a sudden, those 12 posts, if you don't define that they're static images, now all of a sudden they want 12 reels. Well, we all know those take a lot longer to create, right? So we really need to fine tune what it is that we are offering our customer. That's where, in my case, I would lean more toward drafting a contract with them, making that agreement very specific, making sure whatever length of time that agreement is, that it's specified in there, that the services are each specified in there. Okay. So contracts tend to lend themselves more toward curated services. Then there is the aspect of where my business has transferred over into, which would be more of a software as a service provider. And that's where I live right now. And so that means to me that every customer that I have is receiving the same exact service at the same exact price. And so all of a sudden, I only really have to draft that contract once, and it's done for me the way that I'm choosing to handle my services as subscription service. So I am utilizing a subscription service contract. So as they go through to set up their account and pay, they're simply clicking a little button that says, I agree to the subscription contract. 99.8% of the time, they don't even read that, but at least it's there. At least I'm covering my own protection for my own business and my own self. And so it's there and I have it and they can reference it when they need it in the future. I think we've all signed up for things and then we just clicked, yeah, I read that, and then assumed whatever we assumed later. But you can see how those different contracts are very important. And so you need to know which one which type of business that you're going to be offering, because that's going to dictate which type of contract that you need them to sign. So for example, the subscription agreement, a little checkbox saying, yes, I agree to this with their credit card to submit. That's okay for me. Like that nails them in, that locks them in, right? But with a more curated service and process, we need to grab those signatures. We need to say, yeah, I definitely read each and every line on this thing, right? It's a little bit different and it can be handled a little bit differently. So that would be the difference there. So make sure that you have the correct legal documentation to fit the service that you are providing. There's lots of examples online. Again, there's online resources with lawyers. Always go there first. But you can look and see what examples exist out in the world. If you have ever signed an agreement with a online service provider for marketing agencies and things of that nature, many times you can just kind of go look at theirs and kind of learn from it. Make sure you take the items that you need, obviously, basing it off of your conversations with your lawyer. If you're leaning more towards a subscription-based service, definitely go check out BoomerangMe's contracts, right? They've already invested in a lawyer. But start to glean from that to make sure when you talk to your lawyer or your online lawyer service that those items are covered as well, which leads me to my next point of topic, which was, are you being transparent with your customers? And that this is a white labeled service, but it is a third party service, right? Meaning your customers is going to use it to collect customer data. You get access to it because you're providing the service to your customer, and BoomerangMe gets access to it. So they also technically have access to the information as well. So disclosing in those agreements that you do have a third party, that is an important statement to include, especially here in the US. I would imagine worldwide. UK, you guys are even more strict in many ways regarding privacy. So think about those things and be transparent with that. I want to encourage that with you. I know a lot of people want to white label this to the point that nobody knows. They just assume you coded this magical thing. I'm extremely transparent. Remember on that last page of my pitch deck where it says support and security? That's exactly where I lean in and I let them know, hey, this is a software and program that I made an investment in as an agency owner to gain access to. I did not personally code this. And then I always joke and I lean in a little bit like this. And I'm like, you don't want me to code something for you. And we both kind of giggle. I said, but I'm basing my company off of this. So behind me, that means that the technical support is more than just me. You're going to reach out to me for any support needs possible. If I don't have the right answer for you, I reach out right to the developers of the software I made my investment in, and they support me in that to make sure we solve whatever problem may come up. And so I'm finding that actually makes them happy. They're not trusting some check here to write out this code and sell it and run a business, right? So we all have to stay in our wheelhouses. That's how I handle that. And every one of us is going to have a different, strong opinion on how to best handle that. But I wanted to put that out there in the world that is a great way to handle it. Consider it and make sure that you're being transparent, especially on the privacy policy regarding that third party, and then your contract as well should be in both places. So, all right, that's contracts. I hope that was helpful. I hope it made you think of some things maybe a little differently than you had in the past. If you would like more information on the BoomerangMe platform and specifically how to excel and launch that as a profitable software as a service or agency business, then I want to connect you with my Grow Your Agency with BoomerangMe. It's free for anybody that uses my affiliate link to sign up for the BoomerangMe. You will receive a 14-day free trial. You can also save 20% off if you do decide to go for the paid version. But you'll automatically receive the Grow Your Agency with BoomerangMe course teaching you my exact process on how I actually land clients consistently from I have no clients at all the way to warming them up and making contact with them, all the way to the pitch, knowing what to pitch. I share my pitch. I share all my resources that I need in order to get that deal closed, my onboarding procedure, the whole entire thing. We will be able to go from no clients to paid clients and onboarded clients seamlessly. And that is my goal. So if that is interesting to you, I've got links all over my YouTube channel over at Amanda West Grow Your Agency. And it's up in my profile description. It's also down in the description of almost every single video. So feel free to give that a click and we'll see you guys later.